Ryan Woodall here with the frying pan. We're going to be going over possession and 10 from the Seahawks versus the Rams on Sunday. So that's the first play of Seattle's drives. We start out here in empty formation. We get our running back to come back in. Now we're in a 1-by-3 formation where our tight end's by himself in the 3 receiver set. We're going to motion our tight end back across. Now we get our 2 pass catchers on the same side, our 2 tight ends on the same side. Our route combination, we're just going to have a little hitch right here by JSN. We're going to have a flat by Cooper Kupp. Arroyo's coming over on an in. Barner's going to run to the flat, maybe block for Walker. You can't really tell. Then we got a swing by Walker. Defense is going to be in quarters coverage. Boom, boom. So this guy becomes super important. He's relating to where number 3 releases. With number 3 releasing to the right, that's going to give us space away from our 2 pass-catching receivers to make a play. So we see on the snap of the ball, we get our running back release over here. Our linebacker has to release over there. He's responsible for the second guy to the flat. We have 2 guys going to the flat now. He can't really sit in here and wait for something. He's got to help widen. And you see where that's going to leave all this open space to attack behind it. Boom. All right, so now back to the combo at the bottom of the screen. With Kupp coming to the flat instantly, this DB has no time to sit and pedal in the window and then get to the flat. He's just got to relate to Cooper right away, which is going to allow JSN to slip underneath there and sit down with all the other defenders sitting so far deep. Boom. Easy pitch and catch. Way to get a quick, confident throw on first down. And we'll look at the drop. It looks like it's just a quick catch and throw. Catch the ball. 1 step, set. Boom, we're launching it. Got to get the ball out before safeties have time to come back down. Next first down, we're going bigger personnel. We got the two running backs / fullback in the game. You got the 1 tight end. We're going to motion him across. Look like we're getting into a double wing situation. We have that tight end selling like we're getting one way. Then you see that we're going to get our guard to come like a kick and our fullback to look like a wrap to sell that run the other direction, which is going to pull our linebacker into the play. But actually, we end up bootlegging our way out of it. On the bootleg, you got Barner buff blocking here. Then he's going to get down to your flat. Coop's going to be your deep. And then JSN's going to slow play this to get behind the defense as your intermediate. It looks like the defense comes down to some sort of cover 3. We're going to have this safety coming down in here. Corners got deep. This is going to be our flat defender. This guy should be somewhere over in the middle of the field over here. He stays over there after the run pulls him out. We can see it develop a little more. As you see the routes come into play, you see where everyone's going. And on the defensive side, you got your 3 people to cover the 3 levels of the flood. But the smart part here is that Kubiak had JSN slow play it. So this guy is expecting JSN to run into his spot. But really, JSN's behind the play, sitting in this window to make the catch. So you see this defender going to get into his flood responsibility. This linebacker pulled out of the way because of the play action. Now we have JSN just sitting pretty right there for the catch. Boom. Again, easy pitch, easy catch, lots of dressing up, good execution. Out of 11 personnel now, we're given that same illusion of some heavy personnel. We got Barner moving all around the formation, ending up as a fullback. We're going to run another, this time downhill play action, no bootleg involved. We're sticking in the pocket. We're going to get flood again, though. There's JSN. We have our insert to the flat. Cup's going to be our intermediate. And then I actually like Shaheed coming on another in-breaker. Once this linebacker carries with Cup, you're going to have an open window if the flat stays too wide. So I like that, getting two people in the same spot. And then if you need to, you're going to get your check down in front of you, which could pull more linebackers later on in the play. Sadly, on this one, we got cover 2 out of the Rams. So we got a bunch of players underneath waiting for us. We get the jam at the top of the screen on JSN to widen him out too far. Boom. DB does a good job. Then he plants his foot in the ground, and he does a great job getting back on Barner to make a play. Right? If he carries with JSN, now it's Barner on a linebacker in space, but that's about to be a mega hit. Boom. Corner, Forbes hitting Barner to knock him back. But just the play concept, right? It looks like your other stuff. Looks like we got a run. It's our normal, not our normal, but a flood concept that we're used to running. We run quite often. And again, I like the ability to have a second in-breaker to give yourself some space. Darnold ends up looking to the right for a second, but moves front side pretty quickly. Gets off the ball. You can see his eyes going down to the middle of the field. When his eyes are in the middle of the field, he sees a safety. He sees no safety here. That safety getting over. I don't know if he has vision of this corner. With that, he knows somebody's over the top of JSN. I maybe would like him to come over here and check, since we know we have 2 high and we have 5 underneath defenders. Obviously, we don't know what he is processed as the coverage, but you're not going to get your flat route. You got those people, and then you're going to have to hit a whole shot over here with JSN if you want to get that. Maybe the intermediate crosser if you have the time. But like we were talking about, those guys are going to pull the defenders with them, that you're going to have the space running away from the flat defender right in that window. So nothing major, nothing crazy. Cool play though. Don't know if this one comes down to good game planning or being lucky. We're just going to run a simple toss outside, but all of these Rams players are collapsing inside to guard. Up the middle, see we have 6 players on the line of scrimmage, 5 of them inside the tackles or the tight end, so they're condensed in the box. Nobody on the edge over here to make a play. So again, I don't know if it's something we saw coming or if we got lucky with the timing of it. Cup going to hit that linebacker. Now you got your running back one-on-one in space with the cornerback, and that's what we pray for every single time we run the ball. Right? Obviously, when you get up the middle, you can't really do that, but like when you're getting to the edge, if you can get your running back on a cornerback, you're probably in good hands. Only a few have the cojones to go out there and lay some wood on somebody. So even if you are getting tackled, it's something you could probably run through. We'll see it from the other way. Again, don't know if we're lucky or good. You see Verse starting to creep in. He's going to get there. We're going to slant. We're going to get all these gaps covered. But we're going to be inside of the play. Just a quick toss around. Boom. You see inside, inside, inside. Only guy coming out into space. Cup's going to get in his way. Doesn't need to do much besides be a body. Now we're on space. One-on-one with the corner. Good way to get out of your end zone. Hopefully we knew what we were doing and it wasn't just a fluke. Coming out in 22 personnel, we're showing a heavy look. Then we're going to quickly adjust into empty. You see both the ends are going to drop off. Only a 3-man rush, giving us 4 on top. He's pretty much playing man with 4 underneath. From our route concepts, we're going to get our fullback running vertical. And then our tight ends are going to run outs. K9 is going to run like a pivot out. And then you just got one-on-one running a fade right here. Gets you on the defense to not even worry about JSN. Shows you how much they trust Forbes. But you'll see we have on the snap of the ball, you got this guy playing a vertical, this guy playing a vertical. This safety is looking to poach something over here. Sam's got his eyes directly on that safety. Once he sees him over there, he moves him off the spot a little bit. He's now going to get his direction back out to JSN. And every single time, if you get your best player in one-on-one coverage, you're going to take a chance. All right, no one's getting mad at him for this, especially on first down. You got a couple more to play with. In reality, your thought process on first down is get anything. But in the NFL, we know how explosive plays are game-changing, and they really move the ball downfield. So if you can get your best player one-on-one, you take that shot every single time. Right? We don't really have anything down underneath anyways. You got space away from the safety. It's just a one-on-one throw. Forbes does a great job staying coverage. We try to do a back shoulder. He just ends up throwing it away. Good defense. Nothing too crazy on the play design. Sam Darnold's decision every single time you get your best player one-on-one, shoot. Coming out in 21 personnel. We've been running a lot of outside zone, wide zone, so it's good for us to switch it up here with a gap scheme, hitting inside the box. We're going to everyone to down block. Abe to come in here and seal. We're going to get a kick by our fullback. We're going to get a wrap by the backside guard. And as you see right here, the DN just takes on the kick and kind of ruins the play from there. As do we get a little penetration right there to ruin our wrap. Looks better from the other side. You see our kick coming around and just gets stuffed with a ram-like collision, unironically. You see right here, we got 90 coming in the middle. He's going to get some penetration. Now that's going to take Bradford off his course. If we can stiff this guy, get him at least to the hashes, you can see where we might have a nice little crease. Get our wrap to come all the way around, seal that linebacker. Get Cup to come up there and seal the safety. You can see where we can break it for a big play. Not on Kubiak there. We got to execute a little better, but I do like the play call. We come out in 12 personnel. We got JSN motioning across the formation to get us into a 1-by-3 formation. Remember, a tight end by himself is a different formation than a 3-by-1. We're going to come out, give us a play action, set up in the pocket. Right now, our pocket is collapsing. We're going to get scissor concept out of the down receivers. We're going to get like a deep seam crosser by Arroyo, and then just an underneath by Barner. The defense looks like they're going to be in cover 2 with somebody, either Tampa 2 or this guy's just doing good about staying on top of number 3. With no vertical threat right here, our corner is able to get back and double team Arroyo when he gets on his crosser. Boom, boom. Right here is where I think we have our opportunity, though. As you see, he opens up his hips out, and then he switches them back to get out on the corner. Sam's already pressured, but if we can get another second to throw, I think that's where JSN sneaks right in there and makes that big play, strike up the band, give us a touchdown. Obviously, it's one of those plays where it takes forever to develop, so it's like a wish more than it is expectation. But I see the concept. I like the idea. Having Shaheed be a speedster to take up some attention and take up some speed off the top of the defense is definitely going to open up these windows more often. Nothing really to show here, just showing you we're still running a bunch of outside zone on these first down plays. All right, nothing too crazy in depth to go about. just trying to stretch the defense horizontally and find a crease to get up. But it's our scheme showing you what we're doing on first down. So you see we're going to start out here with our tight end over to the boundary. He's going to motion his way across over there. We've been running a lot of wide zone towards the tight end, so that could influence the defense on where he is lining up. As you see, they're going to shift over back into that over front. So now you have a guy in the 1, a guy in the 3 towards the tight end. When they're back over here, they're in an under front. You got a 1 towards the tight end, a 3 away from the tight end. As you can see, if they would stay right here, we have an out block there, solo. This might be a solo out block. We can't guarantee he's going to get all the way over there. They might call a combo to the backside A like that. But with the defense switching back into that over front, we get back on our front side, double team to the A gap, and you're going to block out. And that just kind of changes how they're able to play if they are going to jump weak. As you see, he's trying to jump the gap strong before the play goes. He's not really reacting. He's more going based off of how we've done. This guy you can see reacting and trying to get with the zone. But that little bit right there just adds a wrinkle to the defense's thought process, to what they're thinking about before the play. So I like switching it up, even though we're running the same play. Running it to the different side makes it a little more difficult, and a different presentation makes the defense think a little longer. We're in 11 personnel. It looks like we're going to run out routes to the boundary. We got 2 deep slants, deep crossers, deep post to the other side. And then we're going to have K9 block and release to the flat. It looks like we're in man coverage across the board. We got a man. 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 And then here's your 2 guys to do whatever they want. But I think the Seahawks just get lucky here. We got the linebacker caught on the eyes of the quarterback. You see it better from the back view. So we're going to get hike. Sam's eyes are facing this way. Linebacker moves. Sam eyes still facing that way. Just now getting off the spot. He's moved that linebacker all the way over there. And now we have K9 on the release. Going back to the main way. Right, these routes aren't very good against man coverage. We got somebody poaching from us from the other side of the field to help out the inside there. Same thing here. If the safety is ready to help, he can help on those in breakers over there. And then you got pretty much bracket double coverage right there. If this linebacker does his job, we're probably cooked and we have nowhere to go. But since Sam's eyes take him away from the play, we're going to have wide open space for him to come and play in right here. Gets back. That triangle is blocked off that. Can't throw there. You maybe could throw there behind it. But get the ball into the flat with an athlete and run away. Again, lucky that the linebacker didn't do his job. Good job on Sam getting it out there. Play design, not much to say, but we'll say the check down definitely added to the layers that made it get wide open.